Hi and happy Halloween. I'm Beth, and today I'll be sewing up some autumn and Halloween themed shirts for my smart dolls and my Obitsu 50cm doll. I will also be showing you how to alter a basic sleeve template to get some different sleeve shapes. I've bought a sewing pattern from Kathy from the channel Creative Mum. I saw her video making this smart doll shirt and I knew I wanted to make some. I bought the pattern through her Ko-fi page and printed it out. I chose a leafy autumnal fat quarter for my first shirt and cut out my pieces. This pattern uses about 3/4 of a fat quarter, so I even have some left over. I follow Kathy's video as I go, starting by joining the back and the yoke. I fold over the fabric to make a boxed pleat at the centre. I finished my edges with a zigzag stitch and top stitch the seam allowance. Next, I joined the shoulder seams. I top stitched these two. For this first shirt, I follow the original instructions for the sleeves. They are easily inserted with no need for gathers. I zigzag the side seams and sleeves, then fold in the allowance for the cuffs. Here the cuffs themselves are prepared. I follow her instructions to create a nice fold in the sleeve, like a real shirt has. I have to fold the excess fabric over 3 centimeters from the backside. I attached the cuffs, and now fold them back on themselves before sewing the sides. I can then turn them right side out. And tuck in the seam allowance before top stitching. I'm really pleased with these lovely, neat cuffs. Next, I'll press and stitch the button plackets. Moving on to the collar, I join the two pieces, one with interfacing, and sew 3 sides. I turn the collar out and it looks nice and neat. I align it with the centre and 2 sides, then pin the rest before sewing. Just like the cuffs, I flip it over and tuck the allowance in before top stitching. For the pockets, which also have interfacing, I press in the seam allowances. I sew the top edge, then use the template to mark where they need to go. I cut out the pocket shape and traced the outline with erasable pen. I tacked them in place before sewing the sides and bottom. They're both attached and are functional. Now I can fold the shirt and join the sides. I pin them securely. Leaving a 5 cm gap at the end of each cuff. The sides are sewn, and now I can finish the bottom hem. I press in the 1 cm seam allowance carefully before sewing. That's the construction of my shirt done. I'm so pleased with it. I just need to add fastenings and decorative buttons now. I mark the positions from the pattern, then get comfy while I sew them on. Here it is. I opted for small white 7 or 8mm buttons, and each has a snap fastening on the inside. I tried it out on a Kiko first, and it fits beautifully. It's not a tight fit, but it looks great. But remember, there's more to come. I traced the sleeve and cut a copy from paper. I wanted to make another shirt, but with a larger gathered sleeve at the bottom. To do this, I make cuts in my copy to allow me to spread out the lower sleeve. I used tape to hold this in place on top of paper, trying to keep it symmetrical. then traced around my new outline and filled in the gap with a soft curve. I cut out my new sleeve shape and prepare to make a second shirt. I've chosen a fun Halloween print and followed the same steps up to setting in the sleeves. For the cuffs this time, I'll gather up the cuff evenly before sewing it. Otherwise, I'll make the cuffs the same way. I'm really pleased with the volume the gathers give me. It's a nice shape. I carry on as before and complete the second shirt. This time I stitched on smaller purple buttons to finish it off, and snaps as before. I'm so happy with this one. It's such a cute fabric and I like the slightly more feminine shape of the sleeves. I had a Kiko model again, and she brought her trick-or-treating bucket. Are you dressing your dolls up for Halloween? My next video will be out on Monday instead of Friday for Halloween this year. Well, I have one more sleeve alteration to try today. I'm adding volume to the top of the sleeve this time to give a puffed shoulder. Again, I cut the template to allow me to spread it open before taping and tracing. I added a touch more height to the top and opened the bottom a little more than before, and I even took in the width in the middle a little to exaggerate the curves more. Once cut out, I have my second alteration ready to try. It's a ghost. Woo! This time I'll use this pumpkin fabric, perfect for Halloween and autumn. For this sleeve shape, we need to gather both the top and the bottom. I sew a straight stitch around the top and pull on the bobbin thread to gather it. I move the gathers to the very top of the sleeve, then pin it to the armhole before sewing. Once inserted, I can see the sleeve tops have a super puffed up shape. I love it. I use the same method to gather the cuffs, focusing the gathers in the centre again for a lovely voluminous sleeve. I set about sewing the fastenings and buttons one more time. And here's my third shirt. For this one, I skipped the snap fastening at the top, but still sewed a button there, so it looks like it's left open on purpose. I forgot to mention before, I also took in the waist on this one. I drew the new lines directly on the fabric, taking off 1 centimetre from the centre point of each side seam and easing it out. I think these alterations all combine to make this quite a different shirt from the original. I thoroughly recommend buying this pattern from Creative Mum, since it's so great as it is, but also has the potential to be altered for different styles. Here's Haru trying on the last shirt. I really love how it turned out. What do you think? And are you also a fan of Kathy's? I do hope you enjoyed this week's video. As I mentioned, join me on Monday 31st for a special Halloween treat. And I hope you'll watch to the end to see my 50 centimetre Obitsu doll, Moriko, wearing my first shirt along with a quick skirt made from the same fabric. See you again soon. Bye!